A courtroom showdown no one saw coming. The air in the packed courtroom was thick with tension. Every seat was filled, the audience brimming with reporters, legal analysts, and citizens eager to witness what was expected to be just another routine hearing. But what unfolded next would leave everyone in stunned silence. Karoline Leavitt, the young, confident political firebrand, had stepped into the courtroom ready to battle. What she didn't expect was a condescending judge who seemed more interested in belittling her than upholding justice. The judge's arrogant mistake. Judge Robert Alderman, a longtime judicial figure with a reputation for ruling with an iron fist, sat high above the courtroom, a smirk playing on his lips. His condescending tone dripped with mockery as he leaned forward, peering down at Karoline. "Miss Leavitt," he drawled, "do you even understand the complexities of this case, or are you just here for a little media attention?" A murmur of laughter rippled through the courtroom, but Karoline remained unfazed. She had faced bigger opponents before she wasn't about to let a pompous judge humiliate her. Karoline's epic response. Instead of taking the bait, Karoline slowly stepped forward, her heels clicking sharply against the polished wooden floor. She met the judge's gaze head-on, her voice steady and unwavering. "With all due respect, Your Honor," she began, "perhaps it is you who should brush up on the law. Because according to Section 148 of the Federal Ethics Code, what you just dismissed as irrelevant is, in fact, the cornerstone of this case." Gasps filled the room. The judge's smug expression faltered, his face turning a shade paler. He cleared his throat, attempting to maintain his composure. "That is an interesting interpretation," he muttered. But Karoline wasn't finished. She turned and addressed the jury, her passion igniting the room. She laid out the case with such precision, citing legal precedent after precedent, that even the most hardened skeptics in the courtroom sat forward, completely enraptured. The courtroom turns against the judge. As she spoke, something remarkable happened. Other lawyers in the room began nodding. The whispers among legal analysts turned into outright agreement. The tide had shifted. Judge Alderman, who had moments before been dismissive, now found himself on the defensive. He shuffled through his papers, searching desperately for a counterpoint, but it was too late. Karoline had exposed a gaping flaw in his reasoning. And then the unthinkable happened. The judge's shocking admission. With sweat beading on his brow, Judge Alderman leaned forward, his voice now subdued. "Miss Leavitt, I must admit, I may have underestimated you." Silence. Then a slow clap started from the back of the room. It spread like wildfire, turning into thunderous applause. Even opposing counsel couldn't help but nod in respect. Karoline Leavitt had not only defended her case, she had dismantled the judge's arrogance in front of everyone. The aftermath, a career-defining moment. News outlets erupted with headlines. Karoline Leavitt schools judge in stunning courtroom battle. Judge's mockery backfires as Leavitt stuns the court with legal brilliance. Young political star destroys arrogant judge in historic legal showdown. As Karoline walked out of the courtroom, her phone buzzed with calls from major media networks. Her name was now synonymous with intelligence, bravery, and unshakable confidence. And as for Judge Alderman, well, let's just say that after that day, he never dared underestimate Karoline Leavitt or any young powerhouse ever again.